In this, the 8th of my videos on the Latin subjunctive, I want to discuss the independent use of the subjunctive. Here I should explain what I mean by this. So far, we have looked at the subjunctive as an extension. I did something so that I might do something else, and the something else is in the subjunctive. I did something so well that I did something else, and the something else is in the subjunctive. I commanded that my men should do something. Something again is in the subjunctive. You get the idea. So far we have been looking at the subjunctive as it is used in dependent clauses. In this video, I want to look at the subjunctive when used as the verb in the main clause of a sentence. I will, in this particular video, not discuss the use of the subjunctive in conditional sentences. Oh no, conditional sentences need a video all of their own, at least one video, and that is a problem I will wrestle with in my next self-given task of explaining the subjunctive. Here I will not look at conditional sentences. Here I will try to confine myself to the other main uses of the subjunctive. And so in this video I will deal with 4 specific uses of the subjunctive in main clauses. I will deal with the jussive subjunctive, with the optative subjunctive, with the potential subjunctive, and with the deliberative subjunctive. I'll begin with the jussive subjunctive. And the word jussive is taken from the Latin verb jubeo, to order. It is used to express what it is believed should be done or should not be done. Let's have a look at these examples. Servum caedamus. Let us kill the slave. Caedamus. Caedo is a third conjugation verb. If you want to say we are killing the slave, you would use I as your connecting vowel. Therefore, servum caedimus. We kill, or we are killing the slave. But this is the present subjunctive, caedamus. Remember from the first video in this series, where in the third conjugation, I turns to A as the connecting vowel. And so servum caedamus, caedamus being a present subjunctive, let us kill the slave. Equally, servum caedas. Caedas, second person singular subjunctive. You could translate it as may you kill the slave, but here I think you should kill the slave. You're using the present subjunctive to express a polite command for the future, because although caedamus, let us kill, is formally in the present tense, since we are not at the moment killing the slave, which is perhaps the reason why I'm saying this. The meaning is that we should do something in the future, and so where the jussive subjunctive is concerned, you often use the present tense to express a polite command for the future. Servum caedamus, let us kill the slave. Servum caedas, you should kill the slave. On the other hand, you can express a sort of imperative for the past using this jussive subjunctive. Look at this. Servum ne caederet. He should not have killed the slave. And since evidently he did kill the slave, there is nothing that you can command for the present or the future. But here you are expressing what would have been your command in the past had you any chance of having your command obeyed. I might say here that accepting that the English construction is very similar to the Latin, we have somewhat left behind my continued assurance in the earlier videos, oh, this is not so very difficult. The subjunctive is not as hard as people say it is. Except there are parallel constructions in English, and you must, I do beseech you, hold on to these parallel constructions in English. We are into the territory of constructions which are difficult to explain in the abstract in any simple way. I pass to the optative subjunctive, and this expresses wishes. Let's see what influence each tense may have on these wishes. Present tense. Requiescat in pace, may he rest in peace. Requiescat, present subjunctive of requiesco. It's a present subjunctive, but look at it, may he rest in peace. I'm not expressing a wish or a hope for the present. Perhaps he is, perhaps he isn't. What I really mean is that I hope that he will rest in peace. I hope that something will happen. So, requiescat in pace, may he rest in peace, or may he be about to rest in peace in the future. Therefore, for the optative subjunctive, a present tense will often have a future meaning. We can see that also in the next three examples. Utinam cenam consumat. If only he would eat his dinner. The English way of saying this is rather strange. Would, I think, is supposed to refer to the past. But here I'm using it with a future meaning. So in English we use would to express a future wish. In Latin again, consumat, we use a present subjunctive to show a future wish. Utinam cenam consumat, not I wish that he be at the moment eating his dinner. I wish that he would eat his dinner, or utinam cenam consumat, if only he would eat his dinner. If you want to express a wish for the present, you use the imperfect subjunctive. Utinam cenam consumeret. If only he were eating his dinner. Hold on to this, that English has an exactly parallel construction. In English, if you express this kind of wish for a present circumstance that is not taking place, you use the imperfect. If only he were eating his dinner, i.e., I wish he were eating his dinner now, at this moment, as I sit watching. In Latin, utinam cenam consumeret. If you want to use a subjunctive to express a wish for what might have happened in the past but didn't, you use the pluperfect. Utinam cenam consumisset. If only he had eaten his dinner. Again, the structure of tenses is the same in Latin and in English. So hold on to the English construction. It explains the Latin construction. I pass to the very similar potential subjunctive, which expresses what is believed to be conceivable or possible or likely or certain. It can, of course, look very similar to an optative subjunctive, which expresses what is desirable. It is, of course, up to you to decide on the basis of context what any particular independent subjunctive verb is supposed to mean. But let us remain with the potential subjunctive. Here are three examples. Pue cenam consumat, the boy may eat his dinner. Once again, consumat, a present subjunctive, is used with a future meaning. The boy may eat his dinner, by which I mean perhaps in half an hour he will eat it, or before midnight, or perhaps he'll eat it if it's served to him for breakfast. I'm not suggesting that he may eat it now, at this moment. If I do want to suggest the possibility that he will eat his dinner in the present, and look at that English construction, the possibility that he will eat his dinner in the present. Try explaining that to a foreigner, or try explaining it to yourself. We know what it means, but it's a difficult one to analyse, isn't it? But let me come back to this. If you want to express the possibility that the boy will eat his dinner in the present, in Latin you use the perfect subjunctive. Pue cenam consumeret. The boy may eat his dinner. Notice that Latin has a distinction. Expressing a future possibility requires a present subjunctive. Expressing a present possibility requires a perfect subjunctive. In English, for the future or the present, we use may. And in English, you get the exact meaning of the boy may eat his dinner, present or future, from the context. In Latin, you have the present subjunctive or the perfect subjunctive. It's a difference. I don't think it's a difference that will cause any difficulties, so long as you are at least vaguely aware of the contents of this table. Let us now look at the possibility of the boy's having eaten his dinner in the past. You use the imperfect subjunctive for this. Or let's have a variation. Let's suppose there is a doubt of the boy's not having eaten his dinner. How do you say that in Latin? You use the imperfect. Pue non cenam consumeret. The boy might not have eaten his dinner. Not quite the same construction in Latin as in English. Close, but not exactly the same. You could learn these examples. Better still, you could go to Kennedy's Revised Latin Primer and learn the many, many examples there. Or best of all, you might possibly take away from this slide the awareness of this construction and be prepared to look at it closely when you see it in a text, or, if it doesn't make immediate sense, then to go looking in Kennedy. But I move on to the deliberative subjunctive. This is often used in rhetorical questions to suggest doubt or hesitation, or surprise or indignation. Quid dicam? Present subjunctive of dico. What should I say? Again, notice how the present subjunctive is being used to discuss future possibilities. Discerem Latine? Was I supposed to learn Latin? Discerem, the imperfect subjunctive of disco, learn. Discerem Latine? Was I supposed to learn Latin? I might say that the Latin and the English constructions are very close here, or I might simply ask you to look at it on the table and once more to be aware of it, to regard it as something for further investigation as and when you encounter it in a text. Enego non venirem? Should I not have come? Imperfect subjunctive of venio, venirem. Again, it's a bit of a cop-out on my side, but this is not quite the same as in English. I therefore do urge you to look at this table, look at the examples, be aware of them, and as and when you encounter a comparable construction in any text that you're reading, be prepared to look this up in your grammar book. As I said at the beginning of this video, the easy bits of the subjunctive are behind us. We're now into constructions which never give a second's thought to a native. but which are extraordinarily difficult for an outsider to grasp. Anego non venirem? Should I not have come? That's what it means. Following from this, here's the general note. The use of the subjunctive in independent clauses, that is, the use of the subjunctive as the main verb in a sentence, is a large subject. It involves some utterances rather more complex than the ones I have given here in this table. It needs more than a few slides. Look at these examples, which I will leave you to translate for yourselves. Nisi Dominus custodierit civitatem, frustra vigilat qui custodit eam. Socrates, quam secumque in partem dedisset, omnium fuit facile princeps. Yes, I'll leave you to sort those out for yourselves. I think it's enough to say that we are now into the difficult or the tricky parts of the subjunctive, and easy assurances that you can understand it without difficulty have no place here. But thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you'll have the patience to watch those that remain in this series. Yes, thank you.